Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Zane and we've got some big news for Polestar. It looks like we have another filing. This is Amendment 8. And this is becoming some sort of running joke. It's actually quite interesting and it's more of an insider joke. But anyway, it's blowing up on my Twitter timeline. Polestar has a new filing and this is Amendment 8. Now, it wasn't too long ago, in fact, probably less than a week ago, that we had the Amendment 7. Those are like two filings in the space of 1 week. So this is good. This means we are on schedule for our merger later next month. We're definitely on schedule. They need to finalize a few details with the SEC. Naturally, they need to iron out a few details. And we can feel like we're going to get the merger news quite soon because they're speeding up the rate of which they're doing their filings. These things usually take months, weeks, but now they're in a matter of days that we're getting different filings. So courtesy of Cash Cow on Twitter, we've got a simplified explanation of the differences between Amendment 7 and the new amendment, which is Amendment 8. I'm getting a tongue twister because I'm trying to say Amendment 7 and Amendment 8. So the first thing is that costs associated to business combination and the NASDAQ listing will be reflected in Polestar's results as of operation for year ending 31st, 2022. First it said herein will be, and it looks like, and Cash Cow has labeled that as a mistake. So next up we've got some impacts of obviously the lockdown, the availability of critical components, mainly batteries apparently. This continues to affect Polestar reduction volume. Additionally, Cash Cow also mentions the war in Ukraine that affects global economic environments. It could weaken the demand for Polestar vehicles, adversely impact operation on supplies, or interrupt the ability to source products from regions. Next up, we've got the forecast of financial results and manage inventory levels. Polestar recently reduced its 2022 forecast, which it said was 100% related to the lockdown in China. And that is true. I've actually confirmed that in a previous video of mine that Polestar actually reduced their 65,000 vehicles that could be delivered this year to 50,000 vehicles that are on schedule to be delivered. And that's because there's many things that are going on in the world right now. But 50,000 vehicles is still brilliant for Polestar. A lot of people are disappointed with the reduction in sales, but me personally, I'm not, because I understand that this is a long process. We're in the end game. Nothing like this will happen overnight, and we simply have too many people who have too high of an expectation for Polestar. You got to be patient. Next up, we've got one of the holders of records of GGPI public units, 5 holders of records of GGPI public shares, and 2 holders of record of GGPI's public warrants. Previous the date was same, but there was one holder for each item. Looks like another sloppy mistake. And finally, something really interesting said by Cash Cow himself, and I quote, "I get the impression that these issues were not raised by the SEC, but GGPI Polestar corrected itself after it filed its 7th F4A last Thursday. That said, I think the SEC did not review the changes in 7th F4A yet." So that's quite interesting. So he's assuming that Polestar automatically just corrects these details himself instead of waiting for the SEC, which tells us that Polestar wants to speed this process up. They're not just waiting anymore. They want to get this thing done. They want to get this merger date announced. They want to get the merger completed. And this is good. This is great enthusiasm from Polestar. This is exactly what we needed. In additional news as well, Polestar arrives in Spain with the first deliveries expected for October. After announcing launching in Portugal on Friday, Polestar arrives now in Spain with the first test drive of the Polestar 2, with the first test drive of the Polestar 2 model starting on Tuesday, May the 24th, in Madrid. The model will start at €46,190, and the first units are expected to arrive in the country in October. How interesting. So it looks like these are the test drive schedules that people are checking out. So that's actually really interesting. So now you can book a test drive of a Polestar in Spain and in Portugal. Hola España, we have officially launched in Spain with the test drive arriving in Barcelona and Madrid. Book now via a link in our bio. So this is indeed good to see. Polestar launching out into Portugal, and they're launching out into Spain as well. Brilliant to see, launching out all across Europe. It's exactly what we need. especially right now leading up to their filing. And I've got the filing myself. I've checked out the link of the filing myself, and it's just the standard stuff. I've also checked out the price of the GGPI share, which is currently $10.21. This is from an all-time high of around $15, and this was back in November last year. But obviously, at the end of November, everything was doing good. Crypto were doing good. Stocks and shares were doing good. The market was great. Now the market is struggling, to say the least. But I'm glad that Polestar is coming into the market after the craziness that has happened recently. Tesla is down, Netflix is down, everyone is down. I'm glad that Polestar is coming into the market after this chaos. I think it will have a lesser impact on Polestar because they've avoided this chaotic market. And I think because we have a clear outline of what Polestar is capable of doing this year, delivering 50,000 vehicles, I think that will set a stability for Polestar, which is really incredible. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you in my next video.